Guys, welcome back to my channel, My Awesome Bariatric Life. I'm Gemma, and today I want to talk about the liver reducing diet, or the LRD. This is a pre-surgery diet that the NHS and hopefully everyone who does keyhole surgery recommends, on the stomach in particular, recommends that patients follow in order to shrink the liver and make the surgery easier and less chance of complications and stuff, and less damage risk to the liver when operating on the stomach through keyhole surgery. Today I am 19 days into my liver reducing diet. In my area, the NHS had two options for which you wanted to follow on the liver reducing diet. That was either 400 calories of soup and 400 calories of yogurt, or 800 calories total of meal replacement shakes. I have chosen to do the meal replacement shake diet because I had some experience with those before. I got permission to use the Protein Works shakes, even though in all the information and literature that I've got, it recommends the Slim Fast ones. But I showed the shakes to my dietitian and they were perfectly fine with that. Because of the amount of calories in it, I don't end up having 4 shakes a day because they're slightly over 200 calories per shake. So I end up using 3, and I have the option to have a little bit extra just before I go to bed if I'm feeling particularly hungry. But so far, 19 days in, I haven't actually really felt the need to have the extra little bit of shake at the end of the day. So I'm just under on my calories, I guess. So far on the liver reducing diet, I have lost 6.5 kilos. I realise this is probably water weight, but for the sake of transparency, that takes my total amount of weight loss since being referred to Weight Management to 15 kilos in total. I'll edit onto the screen the other values for that because the NHS use kilos, so I don't really know the other bits of it. Yeah, and so far it's been okay. My routine tends to be, I'll wake up in the morning. I have tablets that have been prescribed by the dietitians through Weight Management, which are D3, B12 and omeprazole, because I have acid reflux issues. I didn't actually know I had acid reflux issues because I didn't really know what acid reflux was. People talked about it all the time and they were like, do you suffer with acid reflux? I had no idea what it was. So I was like, no, I don't suffer with acid reflux. Turns out I do. So they prescribed omeprazole for me. So my routine is that I wake up, whenever I wake up, I will take my morning tablets of B12, D3, omeprazole, and there's another one. I can't remember what it is now. So I'll take my morning tablets, and then some of those you have to wait half an hour to eat, so I will then go downstairs, make a cup of coffee, which I put collagen in, and I've been doing that since February with the collagen, and then wait half an hour, make my first shake of the day, drink that, get on with my day. About 4 o'clock I'll have another shake, and have that, and then get on with my day. And then at dinner time I will have a stock cube in water, which varies in flavour, a stock cube in water. And then I have discovered that if you turn your last shake of the day into an ice cream, it really is a game changer. It changes the texture, and that is what I'm all about, honestly, at this stage. After 19 days of not having anything but liquid, having ice cream, really the change of texture really is worth it. And the stock cube, by the same token, the stock cube really satiates the need for savoury, because all the shakes are sweet. I think someone should invent like a roast dinner flavoured shake. I don't know if it will taste nice, but there should at least be an unsavoury, like a savoury option. Just for this, really. But no, alas, at the moment they are all sweet, so sweet is what we go with. So yeah, I've chosen that option. I've got a few things. I've written down some things to talk about in this video. I want to say also thank you to everyone who's followed along on this journey so far. I'm just amazed that anyone even wants to follow. I've started this channel so that if it can help someone, then absolutely great. But I've started this channel mainly for me to keep a track of what I'm doing, and to be able to look back myself and go, like, look how far I've come, or look at what I look like, and look how different everything is. But the fact that people want to follow along is like amazing. I also started this channel because when I was looking into bariatric surgery on the NHS, there wasn't that much information about it, and I scoured the internet. I was looking at every single thing that I could possibly find, and there was like 1 or 2 channels where people had gone through the NHS, but most of the weight loss and bariatric stuff that was on the internet and on YouTube in particular was either Americans, which is still, like, all their journeys are still super helpful and you can glean so much information from that, but it's very different from the process with the NHS. And yeah, so there was like American people, or people who'd sort of started and then sort of dropped off. That is not my plan. I plan on uploading at least 1 video a week, plus anything. I've also got TikTok, so anything I post on TikTok I'll probably upload to the shorts, just because it's another platform. So yeah, thank you to everyone who's following along so far. Yeah, so the next thing I want to talk about is how I found it. I have found it. Firstly, this time has passed so fast. I can't believe I'm on day 19 already. It feels like yesterday that I got the phone call saying, luckily for me, I got 2 days notice. Some people get literally like, you need to start tomorrow kind of notice, but I got 2 days. I was told on the Tuesday that I had to start on the Thursday. So yeah, I had notice. In order to prepare for it, I'd already purchased 2 Protein Works bundles. So on Protein Works you can get a bundle of meal replacement shakes for I think £45, and you get 3 1 kilo bags of flavoured meal replacement shake plus a shaker for £45. So I'd already bought 2 of those. And I'd had those for about a month or 2. At the time they were just sat in their box. I hadn't even bothered opening them. I also had used these shakes previously in the past, because just occasionally, like, I had COVID a couple of years ago, and I found that I just couldn't really stomach any kind of food. I was not interested in it at all, and my housemate had suggested the meal replacement shake, so during COVID I had meal replacement shakes mainly because it was the only sort of nutrition that I could get down, really. I wasn't interested in eating a thing. So I lived on those for a while during COVID. So I knew that they were good, and I knew that they were okay tasting, so that's why I chose the shakes. I've forgotten where I was. But so yeah, I can't believe how fast the time has gone. It's just crazy to me that I'm 19 days in already, and I know that before I know it, I'll be on my last day of the liver reducing diet, and I'll be going into hospital the next day, and then before I know it, I'll be out the other side. But yeah, time passes on. I have had some weird cravings, but they've not been for actual food. Like, I sit and eat my dinner of stock and ice cream with my housemate and her child who are both eating food, and I'm not remotely even really tempted by what they're eating. I just want to crunch something. I want to chew. I think it was the first 3 days, within the first 3 days of starting the LRD, I had such a fixation for at least 2 hours on what it would be like to bite into a prawn. Like, my brain just would not let that go. I just wanted to bite something. I didn't, because there's really nothing else to bite. But then after that, I'd found the shake, the shake into the ice cream thing, and the change of texture really kind of satiated that for me. Now I keep having dreams that I've like broken the diet, or I've eaten something that I shouldn't have, which I haven't done, but I think, you know, your brain just processes stuff, right? So I've not found it overly difficult. I'm nearly halfway through, and I keep kind of waiting for it to get hard. I'm in a kind of NHS support group for weight loss that they have in my area, with people who are on all stages of the bariatric journey. There are people who've just finished the 12-week core program from the NHS, all the way to people who've been post-op for like 10 years plus, and everywhere in between as well. And I found that such a huge helpful resource to be able to talk to people who understand and who've been through what I'm going through, and they're all so excited for you, and they're really like cheering you on the way. I told them I went to the meeting. They have one face-to-face meeting a month, the first Wednesday of the month, and I went last week on Wednesday, and I said I'd got my date, and everyone just cheered. Like, it was so amazing to feel that amount of support. And I've also got my friends, my family and stuff like that, so that's really helpful. But just people who understand, who've been there, and who know what it's like to be where you are at that time is super helpful. The question that I've written down is, would I choose soup and yogurt if I did it again? And actually, I don't think I would. From the group that I'm in, a lot of people who are choosing the soup and yogurt side of things have struggled a lot more than I seem to be, and the others who have chosen shakes also seem to not be struggling quite as much with feeling hungry or lack of energy or stuff like that. So I think if I was to ever do a liver reducing diet again, because if you have any kind of keyhole surgery, you normally have to, especially in the abdominal area, you would have to do a liver reducing diet. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility that in the future I could have to do another one. I've got a friend that had to do, I think she's a year post-op, and she had to have her gallbladder removed. So again, it's keyhole, she had to do a liver reducing diet. So if I had to do it again, I think I would choose the meal replacement shakes again. If they forced me to have Slim Fast, I might go with soup and yogurt. But because they gave permission for me to use the Protein Works ones, then I would be happy to do that again. So I think I made the right decision for me, but everyone is different. So if you have that choice in your future, make the choice that's right for you, essentially. The next thing I want to talk about is tools that have helped me so far. The first tool that has helped me is the Protein Works shakes. Obviously, they're bundled. They're bundled. It works out about 99p per shake, I think, for the thing. 3 kilos is 42 meals. I'm doing 42 days, so if I need 3 meals a day, I needed 3 bundles. So far that will have cost me, here's some quick maths, 45.90, like 130 something quid. 135 pounds, 130 pounds, I think it has cost so far, but I was obviously able to spread the cost of that because I bought some before and I've bought my last bundle now. I've actually got an unboxing on my TikTok, so I might add in the video of unboxing the last thing in here. In the box, I have this 1 kilo package of chocolate silk. To be honest, I've got 3 chocolate silks because it's the only one that I really like to drink. I've got other flavours that I make into ice cream for the evening shake, but chocolate silk's really the only one that I like to drink. So 3 of those, another chocolate silk, and another chocolate silk. And the bundle also came with this Protein Works shaker. So that was the bundle. That altogether was 44 or 45 pounds, I think. And the other thing that I've bought that has really helped me is a tape measure. Because whilst I've got, like, everyone says, like, take pictures, do your measurements, I was like, I've got pictures. Every picture that I've taken for the last 39 years is my before picture. I don't need to take express pictures. Although I probably will, when I'm in the hospital, take pictures of, you know, the day of the hospital. But in my opinion, every photo that I've ever taken has been a before photo from at this point. But I didn't have a tape measure. That's quite interesting. So I've done that, and I've taken all my measurements of the various parts of me, and written them all down in the book. And that is the last thing that I want to show you, and that is this book. It is massive. And I bought this, I've designed this is my book, that I designed, and I've put up on Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing. So I will put a link in the description box of this if you wanted to look at it, or buy it for yourself. But I've also got a TikTok where I've just gone through everything that's in the book. So I will also insert that video here so you can have a look at it. So this is the journal. I've designed this. I designed all the inside and stuff, and I've uploaded it to Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, and it's also available for purchase. But I designed it because I wanted it for myself, basically, and thought if other people want it, then great. So the thing that I'm using the most at the moment are those. That is the liver reducing diet countdown sheet, which I've done, and obviously because I designed it for me, I've done 6 weeks. If you don't need to do 6 weeks, you can do less of that. If you need to do more than 6 weeks, on my my Etsy shop, because I'm self-employed, so I have an Etsy shop, selling stationery and stuff, I've made this sheet on its own available as a download. So if you've got more than 6 weeks to do, you could go and do, like, go and buy that. It's, I think, £2.50 I've got it up for, and just like glue it in or leave it as a loose sheet. I've also in here, I've highlighted a bit and written down my weight so far on the liver reducing diet within 19 days. So that's this one. I haven't coloured it in yet. So far I've lost 6.5 kilos. 6.5 kilos. I was 146.6 kilos, and this was the beginning of the week, but I weighed myself this morning and I was 140.2. So I've lost nearly 6.5 kilos so far on the liver reducing diet, and I've still got 3 weeks to go. So that's good for the weight loss. I realise it's only water, probably, and it will, well, I won't put it on because I'm going to have a tiny stomach when I start eating food again. But yeah. So this is the sheet that I use, and then the other sheets that I've used is this mood tracker, and I've basically I've only got 4 highlighters, so I've chosen 4 things, and I could colour in with different colours, but I can't actually find my colouring pencils at the moment, so I've used this to, like, track what the day's been like. This I will use post-op, this bit, for vitamins and stuff. This I will also use post-op. I've got another one which is buried behind stuff, but it's up here. This is what I'm using to track my pre-surgery weight loss. This is also available on my shop to download, or I can print it out and send it to you. The other thing that I am using at the moment is I've taken all my measurements here, and I've got my goals and my motivation here. I also wrote them on the chart. So I've written here my weight beforehand, and then I'll use this side to do my one just on, like, the day of surgery. I haven't been using the meal planners because that's post-op stuff, really. And the rest of the book is post-op. So it's got a meal planner and a training tracker, which obviously can't really train that much until like 6 weeks or so after the operation. But I can put in, like, my steps and if I've been for a walk and stuff like that. And then weekly there is a measurement thing. So these these 3 are all weekly. So the meal planner, the training tracker, and the measurements and stuff is all weekly. And then there are 7 of these followed by another set. So that's like what I've eaten in the day, how many calories, if I've taken my supplements, the exercise that I've done. And this one was really important to me because it's how my mental health is doing. And I think it's important, it'll be important in the future to look back and be like, actually, that was a really low day. And like, you can see in the food that it was reflected that it was a low day or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So I can just track my habits. So there's 7 of those. And then it goes back to the planner and the tracker and the measurements. And then there's another 7. And it just repeats like that throughout the rest of the book. And that's about 3 months probably worth of tracking. Because I figured at the end of 3 months, I will hopefully have like the food down and everything like that. If not, I can buy another one and continue to track it. But if it is, then I won't need to. But yeah, I just wanted to show you my book. So yeah, that's all I've got for you this week. The talk about the LRD. I'll probably do another kind of update to this, maybe like a part 2 of the LRD towards the end, maybe in the last week. I'm on my LRD, so in like a couple of weeks' time. Just to update, and it'll probably be quite a short one. It might even be like a short, just to say, you know, I've done this and I'm right at the end, and see if anything's changed, and ask myself the same questions and see if anything's changed. At this point, I don't think it will have, but who knows? Yeah, so that's all I've got, and I will see you next time. And thanks for watching. If you liked this content and you liked this video, please like it. Please consider subscribing to my channel to follow along on my journey. And if you want to be notified about what I'm doing or when I upload a video, hit the bell button. Thanks.